Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Sarah. I am very grateful that you are all here to join me in a brand new video. I feel like out of all my videos that I've ever put out, this might be the most important one. And again, I'm really happy that you're here because this is really important, and I feel like a lot of people might not really recognize this and might go throughout their life and maybe towards the end realize it, or may not ever realize it, but confidence is key. I would never sit here and talk to you guys if I didn't have experience. I am not a professional, but it brings me to this topic as to why you guys clicked on this video: how to have confidence or how to build confidence. It is near and dear to my heart because let me tell you, it is not easy. It definitely has not been easy for me. Let me just tell you guys that. I will definitely not make this video all about me, but I think it is so important and so crucial for me to share some of my experiences. Of course, not everything. I mean, who has hours to listen to me about all of that? But my experiences will show you guys a little bit of a different side of me and maybe make you guys understand the reason I am what I am, and those experiences kind of shaped me. So this is why I'm here, and I think that it is so important, especially in young girls. To have confidence is so important. So let me tell you guys a little bit more of how I built my self-confidence. Let's just put it out there. Confidence is not easy. It's something that I feel like really near and dear to my heart. Something that it comes with time. It comes with experiences. It's what you do with those experiences. If you go through an experience in life and you notice it keeps happening and you keep getting distraught or hurt, it's basically saying you haven't learned that lesson. Just as like the same thing. So basically, confidence, it kind of comes over time. It comes with experiences. I definitely didn't have it at first. I was always independent and I always stood up for what was right. That's something about me since I was very young. I've always had this almost like a spunk to me that I'd always stick up for what's right. I'd never liked bullies, etc. But confidence, wow, that really took time. And I think that that is so key to have in this life. You're going to endure so many different people, so many different relationships, so many different situations in your life, career, again, personal relationships. So having key factors to always keep in mind and to build over time will really make you set for the rest of your life. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a quick story time or a little bit of experiences that I personally endured to kind of make you understand the reason why I feel confident enough to tell you guys this, because hair, makeup, tutorials, clothing, like hauls and all of that stuff, what really matters is what's on the inside. You need to be prepared for the world, especially if you're young, but this video is for all ages, ladies, men, girls, boys, whoever. It really is gravitated to anybody in need if they need confidence, and this is why you're here. So again, thank you for that. So going into some of my experiences, so one of the biggest jobs I've ever had, one of the most, I would say, most experience I've had dealing with the public and just dealing with work-wise and people in general was when I worked in the beauty industry. It's not just going back and forth into work, working a 9 to 5. It wasn't even like that. It was traveling the world. So because I worked at an international place, I would travel internationally. And being 21 years old and traveling a few times a year, especially, gosh, like the first few times, it was really intimidating. And let me tell you, I was not confident. I feel like I could have been, I was a little slick, like, I kind of knew what I wanted, but just looking back, there's so many things I could have done differently. Now, you can't live with any regrets. Those experiences have really shaped me into the woman that I am today. And am I grateful for that? Yes. Because there is so many things I feel like, oh, I wish I could change this and I wish I can change that. I wish I met my husband sooner and I didn't meet this person. But really, those people and those experiences shaped me. But it's what you do with it. So again, as I traveled, 21 years old, keep in mind, it was a lot, and not just to any places, any small places at least. Miami, New York, Mexico, all these big places, all these notorious places, and it was beautiful. I met people all around the world. Dealing with like women in general, it was really hard because I naturally, and the people that know me can really say this about me, I'm very sweet and I'm very kind to every single person that I meet, no matter who you are, what your title is. And I just am very kind. And I went to a training, and I said this story before on my channel. It has to do with one of my best friends, and it's a really big, significant story in my life, and something I would share with my children one day. Is I went to a training, and it was my very first training, and these women, let me tell you, besides now my best friend and this my roommate, because we would have roommates, she was so nice. They were so mean to me. They were so mean, and they were pretty much, they could have been like my mother's age, and it was disgusting. And I never let it change who I am. You know, I was more reserved and more quiet, but think about it. I was so shy. I could still be shy, but again, I definitely have more confidence now. But back then, I let it consume me. What did I do wrong? Is there something wrong with me? I would really be like, hey, seriously, like, what's going on? My friend, who again now is my best friend, she had told me that, you know, she was gonna do something, and the girls never told me anything about it, and they totally disregarded me as if I was non-existent. Like, this is my first training. You would think that I would have been welcomed with open arms, you know, this is such a fun trip. Why? You know, why me? But you know what? At the same time, it's a reflection on them. And she, my best friend, literally ditched all those girls and hung out with me because she said to me that she saw something in me that I guess they didn't. And that's the thing. Not everybody's gonna realize who you are. You can be the ripest peach and people will still find something bad about you. And truth of the matter is, I ended up even getting one of them a job later down the road, and she said nothing but nice things about me. And really, what can she say? When they were rude, I wasn't rude back. Never let the world's bitterness change your sweetness. And that, I'm a big believer in that. I've seen that quote before, and that's something I will always stick by. Now, you mess with me? No, of course, I stick up for what's right. But there's a classy way of doing it. There's, in the workplace, there's a professional way of doing it. I'm not gonna go fight. I'm not gonna go do any of that. That's just so beneath me, and I don't recommend that at all. Violence is definitely not key. It's how you say things. Confidence. It's how you say things, how I handled it. I was young. It hurt me more. So now that I'm older, I wouldn't never let that affect me. I would be like, okay, yeah, like, bye, Felicia. You know, I wouldn't let it affect me. Now, again, I would just completely handle it the same, but inside my heart is what it would feel different. So sometimes it's not just the way you react, it's how you're left with that impression for the rest of the day or the rest of your life. There's some people that hold on to sadness. And I don't want you guys to do that. This life can be so beautiful, and it really is. Just the sun, just any little thing like that. It's not even little, it's just beautiful. It's God's creation, and I don't want you guys to settle for maybe a scenario or something that happened in your life and just be sad about it. I want you guys to move on from it, let it go, and just learn how to deal with it, because that's confidence. You don't know who you're gonna meet. You don't know who you're going to, you know, have a reaction from. But at the end of the day, it's up to you to decide, for one, how to react. And number two, when you go home at night, when you sleep at night, are you still thinking about that? You know, I'm not saying words cannot hurt. Of course, even at my age, every word can hurt if it's like, you know, especially from someone that's close to me. But luckily, I've surrounded myself with the most amazing people, and I think that brings me on to the next subject. Now that I touched on a little bit of my training experiences with those ladies, because of course that was the most significant one. Gosh, if I go through every little story, we will be here forever. But I think the next part is relationships. So if I tell you guys, I have been through the ringer, had a pattern of dating narcissist people. And I always stuck up for myself. That's something that I will always say, but once I'm done, and I never look back. I'm so grateful because I could write a book, guys. It's a lot. And if I actually told you guys in depth of the things that I've been through, and I feel like everyone has been through their own struggles or their own pain in their own way. But if I were to say it, I know comments down below will be like, okay, how are you smiling? How are you the person that you are? I just feel like for me, I've always had faith, and that's something that's important to me. But I feel like if you believe in something, believe in it, but just be a good person. At the end of the day, anybody can do anything to you, but stick to who you are. And that's another thing about confidence. And just going back to the guys that I dated that were narcissists, I had to have a aha moment and just say, you know what? No. You know what? There's a pattern. Why am I keep getting hurt? Because I'm the complete opposite of a narcissist. I am. And I really don't mesh well with them. Let's just be honest. Let's just be honest in general. Tell me, if there's a narcissist in a relationship, that's, I'm sorry, a really bad relationship to have. Because if you're going to be in a relationship and you have this really nice, kind person, okay, and no one's perfect, I'm not saying I am, but, and then you have a narcissist, like, no, it just doesn't mesh well, okay? You have to know what type of personality you are, and you have to have good people around you. So that's my next thing. Like, you have to have good people around you. Toxic people aren't going to get you far. Toxic people will only bring you down. If you want to have confidence, you need to be able to walk away from anybody or anything that doesn't benefit you or make you better. And I'm not talking about benefit like you end up getting better things in life with them, like, oh, you go to a store, oh, because you know them, you're gonna get this product, or no, I'm not talking about that. Benefit you, like helping you grow also, like you help them grow, vice versa. Like my best friend, the one I met in New York, that one I always talk about in my videos, she always says to me that we always uplift each other, and her happiness is mine. It truly is. Like, she just got her real estate exam, and I'm so happy for her, and literally I was jumping up like as if it was for me, genuinely, truly happy. And she always says that. She's like, you know what, Sarah, like, this is my purpose. God's giving my purpose. And, I'm not longer talking to this person because they're just not at my level. Like, it's not about having the same career choice, but it's being motivated. It's, I'm not talking about rich or poor or none of that, because let's be honest, none of that stuff matters, okay? I had a VP at one of the biggest companies I've ever worked for, and we were talking, and I said, you know what, I really respect you. I said, I appreciate all the hard work that you're doing, and the hard work that you're putting in makes my job a lot easier, and I appreciate that. It makes me more efficient to do other things to kind of keep the ball going, right? Because in work, I take pride in anything and everything that I do, and I feel like I don't take advantage of other people's time, so I like to get things done efficient. So I was very, very grateful for him. And I said that, and he said, is it because of my title? I thought, wait, what? He said, is it because of my title? Because he was the VP. And I said, no. I respect you because who you are and the hustle that you bring to this game, like to the workplace, pretty much. I said to him, I said, I don't care if you're scrubbing floors. I said, I respect anybody at any age and what they do in their title. It's not about that. It's about who they are on the inside. They respect me. They respect everybody around them when they walk around. So I'm going to respect them. Now, he taught me something else that I really want to stress is going into one of my first tips. Now that you kind of got a little bit of brief up of some stories, I just wanted to let you guys know about another thing that he really said to me that I would say is my number one thing is your mannerisms and the way that you speak and the way that you handle certain situations. And I'll give you guys an example. One time I was dating a guy, let's call him narcissist, even though a bunch of them were narcissists besides my husband. I was dating a guy, narcissist, and he said to me about two of my girlfriends because he knew them and we hung out. And the thing that bothered me is that he was so nice to them. I thought, oh, the fakery. Dang, Gina. And he said to me, he goes, they have a really bad rep. And he said, I think if you associate with yourself with them, it's going to look bad, and, it's going to make me look bad. He literally said that to me. And, I said to him, I looked at him, and keep in mind, we had never gotten to a fight. I'm pretty easygoing. I'm very easy to get along with, but we had never gotten to a fight. But that day, I'm not saying we got into a fight, but he knew. Like, he always knew who I was, I would say. But he knew that point who I was. And don't mess with me. Let's just say that. It's not about violence. I don't condone violence at all in any way, shape, or form. It's how you handle yourself. Okay? So I said to him, I said, because he said, or I don't know if I mentioned, he said, oh, they're gold diggers. And I said, those girls are gold diggers. Those girls go after their goals and they crush them. They own multiple businesses and they do so well for themselves. And I admire them so much. And I said to him, I said, nothing and nobody's going to tell me who and who I cannot hang out with. I'm just saying, like, flat out, that's exactly what I said. Now, he was just quiet because I'm telling you, the way I said it, confidently, number one. Number two, I knew what I was talking about. That's another thing with confidence. You got to know what you're talking about. You can't BS. So you got to have to kind of know your subject and what you're talking about. And number three, he pretty much said, okay, I can't mess with this girl. She's not like my puppet. Now, if I would have said, let's change the scenario of my reaction. If he said what he said, so that stayed the same, and I would have been like, well, you know, I don't think so. I mean, they never showed me that. He would have been like, pfft. You know what I mean? Let me tell you. He would have been like, that girl's like a puppet. I'm just saying, it's the way you handle things. It's your demeanor. You know, going back to that VP, he taught me something. I used to say sorry a lot. It's still a little bit in my vocabulary, but I try to limit it a lot, and I always remember him. And he said he sent me this article, and it said in the article, never apologize in the sense of saying sorry, because naturally, especially as women, we can bump into some, oh, sorry, you know, sorry, but it's actually a sign of weakness. Now, I'm not saying you can't, I'm sorry for your loss. I mean, heaven forbid, but you guys get what I'm saying, of course. But instead of saying, oh, I'm sorry, I'll never do that again, I'm so sorry, that's a sign of weakness. That doesn't show confidence at all. Another way that you can change that scenario is you can say, I apologize that happened. I will do better next time, and this is my plans to implement a better result. You know how confident I just sounded? Instead of, oh, I'm so sorry, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, no, that won't happen again, oh my gosh. Trust me, I've been that girl, okay? So I'm not saying that it's the worst thing ever, and please, whatever I'm saying and you're doing, I was that girl. So please don't ever think I'm talking down to you guys, because I would never do that. I'm just here to give you guys my experience and some tips and tricks along the way, because I really feel like this video and this topic is so not discussed. Body language. I've had some of the most intense interview, but one in particular, and it wasn't a joke, okay? It was really, really hard, and something about that really made me know that I was confident, and it was how I handled myself, especially in that field. But that interview, they look at everything. Body language, which is my next subject right now. If I hunched over like this, I don't look confident. You're naturally nervous, so you're going to twiddle your hand, play with your hair a lot. I mean, I had my hair back, less jewelry. I was prim and proper, and I just didn't fidget. I was straight, had my back straight. I didn't shake my legs. I know you guys can't see, but I didn't shake my legs. I was just very calm and collective. And sometimes it's not easy, but something simple as that, you could totally fool other people around you. Not that you want to. I want you guys to have that personally inside. I want you guys to not do this to fool people, no. But I'm just saying that, of course I was nervous, but the interviewers would never know because it's the way I handled myself. So my mannerisms were very good. I was very confident. And leading on to my third thing, always listen before you speak. Because naturally, when you speak, you might say something that, one, doesn't sound so confident, and number two, you want to really absorb other people. Remember when I was talking about friends? There were so many times I should have let this girl go. We used to work together, and she just, truth of the matter is just all about herself. But I have a big heart, and this was years ago, and I would not let her take advantage of me, but jokingly talk down to me. And you would think, okay, it's a joke, but no. She would say things like, oh, haha, you put this away, that's your title or something. But she would laugh about it. So naturally you would think it's a joke. So I did it one time, two times, and then I'm like, girl, you go do it. Something like that. But then she knew not to talk to me like that again, even if it was a joke or not. Number two, she would say things like, oh, why does your husband love you so much? But again, you would think she would say it as a joke, but she wasn't. Over time, it got a little bit like childish, okay? Like, come on. Like, come on, okay? If anything, I encourage you to go out and see what's out there. And if I knew anybody, of course, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm all for people. And I've always been this way. It's not because I'm happily married. Even when I was single and I've been through the ringer, let me tell you. Again, another story time, another time maybe. But let me just say, I never once ever was jealous of a person. I was always so happy for my girls, my guy friends, whatever. Their success is like almost like as if it was mine. I was genuinely, wholeheartedly, physically and emotionally happy for them, okay? So that's the thing. So I ended up, I just ghosted her. But I just realized, you know what? This is her personality. I just can't. You know, there's so many other stories and factors that led to that point, but you need to listen to what people are saying to you. It's a reflection on them. They need to be more secure. There's a lot of insecure people out there. Again, it's just paying attention. Listen before you speak, because let me tell you, they're saying so much more than what they're putting out there. Their body language, just the way their demeanor, the way they even look at you, all of that is insecurity, okay? So number 4, be secure. Know who you are and what you're doing in life, whether it's a goal, whether it's a purpose, whether it's a dream, pursue it. And truth of the matter is, if anybody, and let me tell you, if anybody tells you you can't, whether it's the most craziest thing in the world, forget about them. Forget about them. You know how many times in my life when I told anybody what my dream job is or what my career goal is or anything, do you know how many times people, and how disgusting it is, people would say to me, yeah, no, you can never do that. Why? Why? Do I talk down to you? Do I tell you why this or why you're that? No, because first of all, who am I to say that? No, I'm all about uplifting others. Do you think I talk to those people anymore? No. I think what makes you confident too is having good people around you, is being happy and content with yourself, is being content with who you are, the woman you are, or the man that you are, or whatever and whoever you are, it doesn't matter. Being secure is so key. I know who I am, and pretty much I'm not bending for anybody, you know? I'm not saying be cocky, that there's a difference, okay? Like for me, I consider myself very confident, but I'm humble. You know, I know who I am. I'm never gonna let anyone talk down to me. I had a guy once that I was dating literally say to my mom, oh, she didn't want that career, you know, I'd marry her tomorrow. Do you think I need your ring? Do you think I need your validation? That's disgusting. You know, that shows more of him than it showed of anything. You know, that just showed the relationship it didn't go anywhere. My husband supports me, loves me. If I told him I want to do this and I want to do that, he'll be like, how can I help you? Literally, he'll be like, okay, like let's come on. Let's write this down. Let's do this. What's our plan? You need somebody like that because he's confident. He's secure. If I would have stayed with just any one of those exes, let me tell you, I would not be the woman that I am right now. I would not be here on screen telling you guys pretty much how I got here. So I'm grateful, but I was smart enough to take those experiences and turn them to who I am right now. Turn a negative into a positive. I have lately, for the past year, I think it's very normal to think, oh my gosh, like, oh, this happened. Oh, what's this happened? Something simple as I missed my way. I took the wrong exit. You know how upset I would be? I'd be like, oh my gosh, what has happened? Now I think it wasn't meant to be. What if there would have been an accident? It's something so like, Sarah, like, come on, you really think that way? I actually do. And even if it's not real, I think more positively because of that. I have less stress in my life because of that. I think like, wow, you know what? My mind is at ease. And that's something amazing to have, is having your mind at ease is so important. Is so, underrated. I just want to brush up a little bit on social media because social media is huge, and something that I always constantly see is, oh, she's so perfect, or oh, he's so perfect, or listen, you don't know what goes on behind those doors. It's just a different world, okay? So you just have to know that. And if you can't realize that, and you know, you constantly compare yourself, unfollow them. Just do it, because until you get to the point that you see somebody and you're like, oh, maybe you change your thoughts and you're like, wow, I'm actually, she's motivating, or he motivates me, or something like that. Do you get what I'm saying? I want you guys to get to the point that you're not going to let the outside world affect who you are on the inside. I just don't want that. It's just really not worth it. It's such a sad way of living. And I'm not saying you're sad or anything. No, I'm just saying it makes me sad to think that people live that way, because it's just, there's so much more to life. There is so much more to life. And if you took anything away from that, just know that don't worry about anybody else. Don't let the exterior kind of make you think otherwise. Don't let other people's action reflect who you are. Don't let anybody reflect who you are. Focus on you, focus on your life. You know, stick with people that are good to you. Stick with people that you know are going to uplift you and never bring you down. And truth of the matter is, at the end of the day, you're going to lose people. You're going to have to learn to wean people out. You're going to have to learn to get over that person. You're going to have to learn that you are worth it enough to move on. I can go on and on and on and on, but if you don't want it for yourself, this video is really useless. I'm just going to be honest. But if you know that it takes time, it takes baby steps, like, you know what? I wish I was a little bit more better when I speak. Try little by little. Just say, you know what? Change your words. Think before you speak. That type of thing, Just know confidence does not come easy, but you are so worth it, and you are beautiful inside and out. Doesn't matter who you are, and I don't care how cliche that is. I'm confident enough to say that to you guys, because I know deep down inside, everybody has good and has bad, just like me, but I would say qualities, but at the end of the day, it's what you turn it into. So if you know that you are great in one thing, push on that. You could always take your positives and just enhance that. And everybody has negatives about them. It's about what you do and how you decide to do it, and how you decide to perceive the world, and how you decide to move on and take maybe like the past drama or the damage and just press forward, move on. Initially, you gotta learn to be happy, take away toxic people, learn how to stand up for yourself. Something that I love about Samantha, like Sex and the City, if you guys know the reference, she said to Smith once, and I've said this before to somebody, and I just love it. I love you, but I love me more. And that says a lot, because I feel like so many people can lose themselves in a relationship, whether it's a friendship or not. And so I've even had friendships that I've, oh gosh, so many years, and I don't talk to them anymore. It's not that I grew apart. I had the guts enough to walk away. And it's funny because that person had even told me before, I admire you because once you're done, you're done. And it's like, wow, I did that to you. You know what I mean? I really hope that this video helped. I hope it wasn't crazy long. I mean, there's so many things I could have covered. I feel like I kind of went through the important ones. Again, I'm not a professional, but I get asked a lot about this secretly, like on the DMs, and just in general, a lot of people come up to me for advice. And just know you're doing the best that you can. You're worthy, and you are amazing in every way, shape, or form. If no one's gonna tell you, I am, number one, but if you never see this, I'm just sending it out there. I just hope the people that need to hear it, it's just, you're worthy. You are so worthy. It's, I just want you to know that for you. Even if no one ever tells you, I just hope that you know that, because you really are. Anyways, guys, I love you so, so much, and I really hope that you took one or two things away, if not all, and I hope to see you in my next video.